Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. Hello everyone, this is Oma Maheshwari solving the 3-star Sudoku puzzle from today's Hindu newspaper dated 8th September 2022. Let's get started. Today I am not going to focus on a particular row, column or a block because we have numbers really scattered across the puzzle. So let's start with individual numbers. So let me start with 7 here. There is 7 here in column 7 and 7 in column 8 blocking these two columns. So 7 goes here in H9. Let us find 7 in other blocks too. There is a 7 here in column 6 and a 7 in column 4 blocking these two columns. So 7 goes in this middle column, but you have 7 blocking this middle cell. So 7 goes in these two cells. There is a 7 here in column 1 and this 7 in H row blocks these two cells. So in this block 7 goes in these three cells. Okay, so let's leave it. If it is going in only two cells, then we can mark it like this. Otherwise, there is no use in marking, making a small mark of the numbers. Okay, so let's move on. In this block, you can see 7 here in D row and 7 here in F row blocking these two rows. So 7 has to be in the middle row. There is a 7 blocking from column 1. So 7 goes in these two cells. Let's pick up 8 now. There is the 8 in column 9 and the 8 in column 8 blocking these two columns. So 8 goes here in one of these two cells. Let's mark it. Similarly, you have 8 in column 2 and 8 in column 3 blocking these two columns. So 8 goes here in one of these two cells. Now you can see 8 here and a pair of 8 here. That means there is 8 in either of in one of these two rows. We have 8. So these two rows are blocked by 8. So in this block 8 cannot be in these two rows. 8 can go only in these two cells. So let's mark these two cells with 8. Now similarly you have 8 in G row and 8 in H row blocking these two rows. So 8 goes here in these two cells and we have a similar situation here. Now this pair of 8 and this pair of 8 blocks 8 in these two columns. So 8 can be only in this column now, but you have 8 here in B row blocking here and 8 here in C row blocking here. So 8 goes here in A4. So this is a hidden single. We call this as a hidden single. Like for example, here we were able to find out this 7 very easily because we knew that 7 blocks these two columns. So straight away we were able to find this 7. But here it was not a straight find. We were able to, after all these relevations, we were able to find this 8. So this is called a hidden single. Now let's find all the 4s. There is a 4 here in G row and a 4 here in H row blocking these two rows. So 4 goes in one of these two cells. There is a 4 blocking from column 6. So H5 takes 4. Now this 4 in column 2 and this 4 in column 1 blocks these two columns. So 4 goes in one of these two cells here, but you have a 4 blocking from B row. So A3 takes 4. Now this 4 and this 4 in B row blocks these two rows. So 4 goes here in C8. Now this 4 from column 8 and this 4 from column 9 blocks these two columns. So 4 goes in one of these two cells and it makes a matching pair 4, 8. Now this is one of the ways to find out the matching pair because sometimes when we have this 4, 8 pair here and 4, 8 pair, when sometimes it doesn't hit our eyes, finding out individual numbers also leads us to the matching pair. Now this 4 from column 6 and this 4 from column 5 blocks these two columns. So 4 goes in one of these two cells. Now let's look for 1. There is a 1 here in column 7 and a 1 here in I row blocking these 3 cells. So 1 goes here in G8. Now this block has only 3 empty cells. Whenever we land in a row or a column or a block with 2 or 3 empty cells, it is very easy to fill that entire row, column or block. So now here let's move on after filling this block. Now here there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2, 5 and 6. Fine, you have a 6 here in I row blocking these 2 cells. So 6 goes here in H7 and now the remaining numbers are 2 and 5. We do not have much clues of 2 and 5 around. So let's mark these 2 cells with matching pair 2, 5. So let's look for 1 now. There is a 1 here in column 7 and 1 here in column 8 blocking these 2 columns. So 1 goes in one of these 2 cells. There is this 1 here in 0 blocks these 3 cells and there is a 1 here in column 4 blocking these 2 cells. So these 4 cells are blocked. So 1 goes here in column 5. So this 1 blocks these 2 cells, this entire column here, and this 1 blocks this column here. So these 2 columns are blocked. So 1 goes in one of these 2 cells here. Now interestingly, you have a pair of 1 here and a pair of 1 here. That means these 2 rows are blocked for 1. So 1 goes in these 2 cells only. Similarly here you have this 1 in G row blocking here and this 1 in H row blocking here. So 1 goes in these 2 cells. So again in the same way you have this one pair of 1 here and a pair of 1 here blocking these 2 columns. So 1 goes here in B3. So this is once again a hidden single just like this 8. Now this 1 cancels out the 1 here. So A5 takes 1. Let's look for 2 now. There is a 2 here in column 6 and this 2 in the matching pair blocks this row. So these 5 cells are blocked for 2. So 2 goes in this top row, top 2 cells here. Now this 2 blocks here and this 2 blocks here. So 2 goes in these 2 cells. That means we have a 1, 2 matching pair in H row and in H row now we have only one empty cell left and the missing number is 9. Now in this block there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3, 7 and 9. There is a 3 and 9 blocking this cell. So G2 takes 7 and 3 and 9 goes in these 2 cells. There is a 9 blocking from column 3. So I3 takes 3 and I2 takes 9. Now this 7 cancels out the 7 here. So E3 takes 7 and now in column 3 there is only one empty cell and the missing number is 2. Now this 7 cancels out the 7 here. So now 7 goes in this cell. So let's eliminate 8 and I5 takes 7 and I6 takes 8. Now I row is completely filled. Now here we have only 3 empty cells left in this block and the missing numbers are 2, 5 and 6, but we do not have much clue of 2, 5 and 6 around. So let's wait for the clue. Now in this first block there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2, 5 and 9. Now these 2 cells are blocked by 9 from down. So B1 takes 9 and these 2 cells take 2, 5 matching pairs and this 2 cancels out the 2 here. So H2 takes 1 and H1 takes 2. This one cancels out the 1 here. So D1 takes 1 and let's eliminate 8 from here. So E1 takes 8 and we have completed the column 1 also. Now in this block there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3 and 6. There is 3 blocking from D row. So D2 takes 6 and E2 takes 3. Now this 8 cancels out the 8 here. So E7 takes 4 and D7 takes 8 and this 4 cancels out the 4 here. So E4 sorry D4 takes 4 and now in D row there is only one empty cell and the missing number is 5. Now this 8 cancels out the 8 here and F5 takes 8. Now in this block you can see a small square of number left empty. These 4 cells are left empty and here the missing numbers are 1, 2, 5 and 6. And we need to look for numbers. We have to look for these 4 digits in across these 2 rows and these 2 columns. If you analyze in that way you can see 2 and 5 blocking from F row, blocking these 2 cells of F row. So 2 and 5 has to go in these 2 cells. That means we can eliminate 1 from here because 2 and 5 can be only in these 2 cells and they become a matching pair here. So let's fill these 2 cells with 2, 5. So now F9 takes 1 and 6 goes here in F8 and this 1 eliminates the 1 here and in F row there is only one empty cell and the missing number is 3. Now E6 takes 1. Now in sixth column there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 5 and 6. There is 6 blocking from C row. So C6 takes 5 and G6 takes 6. Now here we have only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 5. There is a 5 blocking here. So 5 goes here in G4 and 2 goes here in G5. This 5 cancels out the 5 here. So C2 takes 2 and A2 takes 5. This 5 blocks here. So 5 goes here in I7. Let's eliminate 2 and I7 takes 5 and A7 takes 2. Now in A row the only missing number is 9. Here because of this 5 I8 takes 2 and E8 takes 5 and E9 takes 2. Here the missing numbers are 3 and 5. There is a 3 blocking from here. So B8 takes 3 and B9 takes 5. Here the missing numbers are 2 and 6. There is a 2 blocking from column 5. So B5 takes 6 and B4 takes 2. Here the missing numbers are 3 and 9. There is 3 blocking from column 4. So C4 takes 9 and C5 takes 3. Here the missing numbers are 6 and 9. There is 9 blocking from here. So E4 takes 6 and E5 takes 9. And the puzzle is solved. Hello friends, in today's video I have followed the traditional way of solving, that is picking up individual numbers. Instead of focusing on a particular row, column and a block and indulging a lot of shortcut techniques, today I have picked up each and every number individually. and followed the traditional way of solving. Please share your experience in the comment box and please give your feedback on today's video. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.